to Daytona Beach, Florida, home to Hankster's Hot Rods, Muscle Car, and Collector Car Showroom, where we own all of our cars. We are not a consignment dealership. If you are watching this video on YouTube, please be sure to check out our website. It is hanksters.com. This is where you can find all of our most current inventory, including 80 to 90, maybe even 100 still photos of each car, a complete description, and of course these videos that we do for you. Also Instagram, we have an Instagram page. If you'd like to follow us, it'll give you a sneak peek of not only what's to come in terms of new arrival inventory, but we will also be posting other automotive related material. A lot of car shows go on here in Daytona Beach, a lot of different activities, events in the area surrounding cars, so we're going to give you guys a little shot of that on our Instagram page. So today the car we're going to present to you is one of the most desirable cars on the market right now. It is a 1970 Chevrolet Chevelle 454, power steering, power brakes, and AC. So this car has a lot going for it. Really nice car. Cowl tag is intact. We will take photos of the cowl tag and stick it on our website if you guys choose to break that down or investigate that. Putting the hood down, you can see you have your hood pins. Car's green in color with dark green stripes, cowl induction hood. Chrome on the front bumper is really nice. You got your SS badging designation there in the center of the grille. Paint on the hood and on the top of the fenders is really nice. We'll start kind of looking down the side of the car. You got your SS style wheels there. Cooper Cobra radial tires on all four wheels. SS 454 designation on the driver's side front fender does represent the motor that is under the hood of this car. Door fitment is pretty good. You got the front and rear door gaps appear to be equal and uniform throughout the entire driver's side door. One chrome mirror on the driver's side, nothing on the passenger side. You'll see that when we circle around the car. Taking a look inside, it's a green exterior, green gut. So you got a light green car, dark green vinyl top, and then your dark green interior. Green Chevelle floor mats there. Car's really nice on the inside too. Vinyl on the seats, both chairs in good condition. You can see the carpeting underneath the floor mats appears to be brand new. The dashboard, center console, those all appear to be in good shape. Dome light does pop on when you open the door. Window glass on the car all the way around is in nice condition. Your door gaps are good. Door fitment to the front and rear of the car. Straight down the side. There's no bow sticking out at the bottom or the top. Lines up nice and flush to the front fender and the rear quarter. Window glass on the rear is nice and clear. Deck lid fits good. Not only are the gaps good on either side, but also the deck lid fits flush to the rear quarters. Taking a look in the trunk, you do have a spare. You do have a jack, and it's nice and pretty underneath the trunk mat. No holes, no rot, no patching. Good looking car so far. Chrome on the rear bumper is about the same condition and quality as the front bumper. They appear to be a newer, I don't know when the restoration's been done. I don't have any documentation on the bodywork, any panels that have been replaced, when the car was last painted. But walking around the car so far, we got the whole driver's side done, and of course the rear end of the car. I don't see anything that's a cause for concern from a paint standpoint or a body fitment standpoint whatsoever. Really nice looking car so far. Same thing with the passenger side rear quarter. No blisters, bubbles, cracking, any of that. Taking a look in the passenger side, door panel's good, vinyl. Armrest is in good shape. You got your captain's chair there on the passenger side, bucket seat. Everything's in good condition. We'll take a closer look at the dash and the gauges when we get that far. Again, door gap, both front and rear, is a good gapping and uniform on the car. You got your matching SS454 designation on the passenger side front fender that mirrors the driver's side that we already showed you. That is about the only thing I've seen on the entire car is right there. There's a little tiny brush touch where maybe the hood might have hit it, but I don't know if you guys can even see that. I can barely see it, and I'm standing right next to the car, but no, the car looks absolutely fantastic. Really nice looking 1970 Chevelle, and air, power steering, power brakes, buckets up front, center console, staple shifter. Cool. I know the car's fantastic underneath too. I've already been under it, so let's take it outside right now and put it in the air and show you guys what that looks like. Underneath our 1970 Chevelle 454 green car. It is a non-numbers matching motor. We pulled the number off of the block, and it is a 72 to 78 454. You got a 1970 car. It's pretty easy to figure out that's not the original motor that came in the vehicle. Front disc brakes. Looking up at the sides of the block and the oil pan, they're nice and dry. I know it might be hard for you guys to see simply because there's a cross member and some dual headers, but it's nice and dry up there. Tranny pan's nice and dry. Speedo cable. You know, these things, if they want to leak, they leak in a couple different spots. Either the pan, the speedo cable, or the tail shaft seal. And this one looks dry in all three spots. Floor pans, good. They're not all pieced together, patched up. E-brakes hooked up and functioning. We got a 12-bolt rear. This is a posi car. Frame rails on the car look good. Drum brakes in the rear. Nice big gas tank in this 454, and there is no dents, dings, caved in anywhere. Rear frame sections look good. Looking up into the drop downs on the rear quarters, those are nice as well. You can tell they're not all packed with Bondo, mudded up. Really nice looking car. So I stand under here and I tell you how nice the car is, and of course I'm in sales, right? And I tell you it's dry underneath. That's because it is. We are being honest with you. However, if you've never owned a classic car before, or you know, you're not used to this, these things are going to leak. You're going to have oil leaks, you're going to have power steering leaks, you're going to have tranny leaks. It's the nature of the beast. Most of these things leaked when they were brand new, and they're still leaking today with, you know, 40, 50, 60 years of age. So, you know, owning a classic car, a muscle car is kind of a, you know, it's kind of like owning a boat or anything else that's like a luxury item or not used every day. You know, there's going to be, you can probably plan for a little bit of maintenance cost to the car each and every year, but they're outstanding to look at. Obviously, the collector car market, the classic car market, the muscle car market right now is extremely strong, so there is an extreme demand for these cars. Dealers like me are struggling for inventory, but we're doing a good job here at Hanksters. We continue to buy them and sell them month after month and year after year. So I'm telling you all this because I encourage all of our buyers to come down in person, especially maybe if you've never bought a classic car before. If you have a collection of 50, you know, 20, 30, 40, 50 cars, you kind of understand what I'm talking about. But if you don't, this is your first time experience, we have a beautiful 25,000 square foot indoor showroom here in Daytona Beach, air conditioned, where we house 60 to 70 vehicles. We have a gift shop. We would love to show you our entire inventory and show you any car we might be interested in, that you might be interested in. We would show it to you. We could take it outside. You can look at the paint in the sunshine. You can look at the interior, pop the trunk, pop the hood, go through the undercarriage just like I'm doing right now. We'll put it on a lift for you, no problem. You can spend a day here. You can spend 3 days here. You can make it a week-long vacation with the family, whatever you choose to do. That being said, most of our business is done sight unseen. We take a lot of photos. We take a lot of video. I hear a lot of times, well, what else am I going to see by coming down here? You guys have already shown me, you know, everything there is to see. Every buyer's opinion is different. You know, we're not going to persuade you one way or the other. Like I said, we encourage you to come in person, but if I sell 20 cars a month, probably 18 of them I never meet the buyers face to face. It's all done through email, text, photographs, phone conversations, so on and so forth. So, also, if you're not a cash buyer, there are financing offered on these cars. The collector car lenders we work with will do up to a 10-year loan, 10% down, anywhere from, you know, well, 10% down is going to be a minimum. As long as you have, I think a tier 1 is like a 750 score or better. They're going to require 10% down payment, and then you can do the remainder over the 5, the 7, the 10-year, whatever you might be approved for, whichever car you might be looking at. The collector car lender will contact you directly, discuss your down payment, rate, monthly payment, and term. And if you like what you hear, you can give us a call back and go ahead and wire us or send us a cashier's check for the down payment, and away we go. The whole process, depending on where you're at in the country, generally takes, on the short end of things, 5 business days, and on the tail end of things, if you're on the West Coast, out in California or Nevada or something like that, Washington State, maybe 10 to 12 business days. But the whole process is a lot quicker than you think. A lot of people say, "Wow, I can't believe how fast that happened." Well, it doesn't take long. It's boom, boom, boom. As long as you're on it, we're on it, and we turn around and we get you the car just as fast as possible. Now for the fun part, let's set the thing on the ground, start her up, take it out on the road, and see how it runs. I like this car. We are inside our SS Chevelle 454. Amp gauge, RPM, driver's side turn, passenger side turn, 3,266 miles. I don't know if that's the mileage since the restoration, since the motor rebuild. I don't have any of that documentation, unfortunately. And the title on the car reads exempt, which means exceeds mechanical limits or true mileage unknown. So, horn. Temp, it's going to come up. We're in a big block Chevrolet. By the end of our test drive, we should be looking at 190 to 200. Fuel gauge is functioning. We put gas in it. Even the clock's ticking. Cool, right? Awesome part of this car. Oh. AC, and it is blowing cold. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, but it definitely is blowing cold. Hand out the vents. There. They're all blowing. We don't need it today though. We're sitting about 72 degrees right now, so. Center console's in pretty good shape. Staple shifter, as I mentioned earlier. You get a good close look at the carpeting, a good close look at the dash pad, no cracks. Glove box door doesn't really line up, but it opens and closes and locks, so that's all we're concerned with. Headliner looks to be newer. No rips or tears in it. Now for the fun part, we're going to see how much horsepower this has. Big block Chevys are always fun to drive, 427s, 454s, so let's do that right now. Well, our Chevelle has an extremely nice ride to it. Great response on the wheel. Car tracks nice and straight. Test our brakes here. Brakes work good. It's not pulling to one side or the other. Car has nice acceleration to it. RPM gauge is functioning as we mentioned earlier. Speedometer's on the money and it's not bouncing around. 45 miles per hour. I did forget to mention earlier, the wipers are not working. We haven't gotten into it yet. I don't know if it's the actual switch or the motor or combination of the two, but we don't send any cars without wipers working, so those will be fixed. Don't worry about that. But I think that's pretty much all I can find is just the wipers. I mean, again, the car's tracking straight. The brakes are working good. Turn signals are working. Gonna take the corner up here after the light and give it a little bit of gas and see what the motor's made of here. That's 60. I'm going to turn it off there. I'm not in the mood to get a ticket today, but obviously you can see, I mean, we were up to 60 miles an hour in no time. Plenty of power out of this 454. Checking my rear view, make sure there's no lights behind me. What a nice car. A big block Chevy, 70 Chevelle, with air, with power. Got a nice look to it, this car. You know, we got a cooler day here in Daytona. Temperature gauge is, you know, staying where it's, but we're at about 190, so that's good out of a 454. They have a tendency to bounce between 190 and 200 when they're functioning properly. So when we come up to a traffic light here, we're at a red light, I'm going to give you guys my spiel. And also I want you to notice that the car has a nice idle to it. It doesn't have an excessive cam in it. At a traffic light, the idle's real nice and smooth. It's not wanting to stall out, spit, sputter. Look at the RPM gauge, it's not bouncing all around. Nice car. Got your notorious 70 Chevelle ashtray that won't stay shut. Doesn't matter what you do to those things, they always are like a quarter open. So 386-944-9219 is our contact phone number here in Daytona Beach. Hanksters.com is our website. That is where you can find at least 80 still photos, high definition, high resolution still photos of this car today, along with this video presentation we're doing for you right now. At full retail price, this car does include shipping in the lower 48 United States, and it does include a 12-month, 12,000 mile powertrain warranty. The warranty is not a bumper-to-bumper warranty. We offer the warranties as a security for you guys, because we don't rebuild motors, we don't rebuild trans, we don't rebuild rear ends, so all that's covered. However, batteries, starters, alternators, brakes, all that stuff's not covered. If you have in 3 months after you buy the car, if you got a dime size or a quarter size drop of oil in your garage floor from the valve covers leaking, doesn't cover that either. It's internal components of the engine, so major mechanical breakdowns. Not going to cover seals, gaskets, O-rings, things like that. Is the price of the car negotiable? Yes, it is. However, when we negotiate the price of the car, we also negotiate the price of the shipping if you need it, if you're not picking it up yourself or if you're not local to us here in Florida. And then we also negotiate the cost of the warranty as well. About 75. We would love to earn your business. We would love to add you to our growing base of customers throughout the United States and throughout the world. So Hanksters.com, please check us out. We are in Daytona Beach, Florida.